Salaam alaikum, Pops.
Wa alaikum assalam, son.
How you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Ramadan Mubarak.
And you?
Everybody out there, Ramadan Mubarak.
Yes, everybody.
Hope you're all doing well.
Ramadan cream.
Why is it two different things for Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak? When I was in Dubai, it was Ramadan Kareem. It's over here, it's Ramadan Mubarak, isn't it?
Yeah.
How come?
No, it's just that Mubarak is congratulations. People are just saying to you. That's all.
Yeah.
So in Arabic and in so that's means same thing, same everything. Don't worry about it.
Well, I know it means the same thing I'm asking you, but never mind. Anyway, before we get into the email, I got a good email this week, Dad. So thank you very much.
I don't know nothing about that.
Thank you very much to the person who sent anybody who sends the emails in. Thank you very much. You always kept anonymous, but it's good topics for us to start the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying, Pops? Anyway.
Yeah, but how come I don't know anything about it?
Because that's what I mean. It's live 050. Anyway. Okay. Before we get into the email, anything you want to say, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to get off your chest, anything you want to mention?
No. I have nothing apart from...
How's Ramadan going for you first week? First week's done now.
Yeah, I mean, I've just completed Quran yesterday. So I'm starting the second one. So I read about 3 to 4 scholars every day.
Yeah.
So this time around it was good. Normally I do 3 a day, so I finish one in 10 days and then 10 days. And then.
So you read the full Quran front to back, how many times in Ramadan?
This year I'm going to do inshallah 3 times.
But normally it's 2.
Normally it's 2 and a little bit.
Some people struggle to even read it once in Ramadan, so you're smashing it, Daddy. Oh!
Alhamdulillah.
Eh?
Alhamdulillah. Because I got to read one for myself, one for all the family members who passed away. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Ramadan's going good for me as well. Obviously, last podcast, I was talking about how down I was and stuff, feeling much better now, so hopefully it's going to continue. I mean, ups and downs come, like I said, Dad.
That's part of life, my son.
To be honest with you, I still have the same issues going on right now as I was before, but maybe it's because Ramadan's here. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit of peace and this and that, and I'm also peace and tranquility is what I'm feeling at the moment, and I'm also blocking out a lot of negativity
worrying and being sad and down and out would have helped people. Everybody will be down and out and sad and sitting there. If you can't help something, don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Only worry about the things you can change. Don't worry about the things you can't.
Yep.
If that something is not in your power and you can't do it, don't worry about it. Now, I have missed out on Tarawih on 3 to 4 days now.
Yeah.
Which I'm really, really upset about.
Okay.
But I couldn't do anything because I was so poorly. I was so upset. But I'm so glad at the same time that at least I haven't missed a rosa.
Yeah.
So I kept the rosa because I just stayed in bed most of the time. I'm still not over it fully. But I'm feeling much better today. I'm a little bit more Qatari at the moment because obviously I just had a shower and everything. And that makes a difference.
It's actually pronounced Qatar, but yeah, go on.
I mean, phlegmy and my nose is blocked and stuff like that because of cold. So yeah, but the thing is that you have to just try your best and do whatever you can do for the things you can change. The things you cannot change and you know that you can't change it, why think about it? Why waste your time? Why waste your energy? Simple.
True say that, true say. Respect. Anyway, let's get to the email.
Okay, go on then.
It's a bit of a long one, this one, so and it's a lot of stuff you got to just try and remember it along the way so you can answer all his questions, queries. It's mainly to you it's emailed to you this week, not me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Harris and Uncle. Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Kareem. Hope it is a good one for you. I have been a supporter since the early days, the man behind the cam days, the Habibi, we have work days, the Christmas with the boys, and the Ramadan Chubby Bunny challenges. Sorry if this email is a little long and doesn't flow well, but please bear with me. I wanted to get your dad's perspective on this topic as he discussed it, giving you some freedom in previous podcasts, and also how he was easygoing but also had rules in his house. Growing up, I was raised in quite a religious household, not super strict, but religion has been a big part, as normal Asian houses are. Similar to yourself, I have many acquaintances, but not many friends. I grew up in a normal, loving house, but with restrictions For example, my parents would never really allow me to stay out till late, and I have never been out partying, smoking, no girlfriend or anything like that. I had cousins who rushed to get married, but I wasn't really bothered. Never really been interested in the high life. My main focus was studying and becoming an engineer, and then chilling in front of the TV. My older relative was an engineer, so I always saw a good job as a way of making good money. Even at uni, I kept myself to myself, so I never really lived the uni student life. I have recently graduated and started working, but have been going through a tough time. I would say sadness and anxiety, but not depression. Thinking about how I haven't really lived life, what future holds, and I know that I feel this because I worry about the future. I recently feel like I want to go out and live life now within boundaries and within religion, of course, like holidays, good restaurants, etc. For example, it resonated with me when your dad mentioned pure partners and for those who have pure intentions, but it has even got to a point where if I was with a non-religious Muslim woman, I would consider marriage, which I wouldn't have previously. Non-hijabi, not as modest, etc., which is perfectly normal, but in my family this is frowned upon. I look at friends from school who are close and think to myself, where did I go wrong? Why don't I have many friends? Where have I wasted 23 years of my life doing nothing? Like I said, these things never used to bother me, but now I have these sad days where I am stuck between keeping my family happy, but also doing what I want. I feel like I'm stuck in a difficult place, and I've thought about moving to Dubai for a fresh start. Maybe Dubai because of the experience I experienced moving out there through your vlogs. It would be good to get your dad's perspective on this, as I feel like he has had a balanced experience in life, such as his childhood days and also as a parent. Keep up the good work, and big love to you and your family. Thank you very much, brother, for the email. Thank you for being a supporter from what sounds like day one. Appreciate that very much. Veterans, I call them, veteran supporters, Dad, who know about all the, these videos I mentioned are from way back 15 years ago. So he's been a supporter for a long time. So I've got stuff I can say, but it was directed at you, Dad. So
No. You go first.
I go first? All right.
Yeah.
So I just want to say a short little, for me, I think that he's putting too much pressure on himself. He's just 23 years old, so He's still a baby. He's still a baby.
You say, putting pressure. I was going to use the term, he's overthinking.
Yeah.
Like you do sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. There's nothing serious I found in that whole thing, to be honest with you.
It's just how he feels, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll come into that and we'll explain.
So my advice, everyone's different, but my advice would be that it's time to think about yourself, put yourself first, and think about your own needs now. You've spent your whole life giving your family the priority of your life. You've done well. You've graduated. You've got a job. You've gone into a career. Also, what you studied in a career is something you can go into in the UK or in Dubai and get a well-paid job very easily as an engineer. Engineers it's a good job.
Yeah.
So you've done all the good stuff. You've skipped all the partying, all the smoking, drinking, girls, all this stuff. Now I'm not saying go crazy and go out and smoke and drink and do drugs and have girls every night. I'm not saying on that, but I'm saying now it's time for you to go out and enjoy yourself a little bit. Maybe the first thing I'd say to you is try and get married as soon as possible, and then do all this stuff with your wife.
Absolutely.
So when is that what you're going to say as well?
Yes.
So as many of you know, I got married at a young age, and then I moved to Dubai and lived a crazy life over there. And now I'm back in the UK. But you said you want to move to Dubai, maybe. So my advice would be, rather than going to Dubai on your own and then prolonging the fact of you not going to get married for however long, and get married first. Then you and your wife both go to Dubai if you want to go to Dubai. And again, Dubai is a place where engineers can get jobs very easily, very well high-paid jobs. So you'll be killing it. So that's one thing you could do. Or just start enjoying yourself here more. Go out. If you haven't got many friends, like I said, I've never had many friends as well. Even go out with family. Like you said, you got cousins and stuff. Maybe you and your cousins go out and enjoy yourselves. Maybe on a weekend or something. Do stuff you've never done before. Just start to what's the word? Push the boat out a little bit. And just do little things here and there that you've not done before, and also to ease your family into it a little bit. Let your family feel that you're, starting to give yourself a bit more time, bit of me time, and that do things that you maybe haven't done in the past. So you don't want to give your family a big shock, and just one day all of a sudden, I'm getting married, I'm going to Dubai. Like with my dad over the years when I was younger, the way that I did it was I kept pushing the boat out more and more and more. Sometimes you get a bit of resistance, but then so if you keep pushing and you do it slowly, and you've got, like I said, the right intentions, you're not going fully crazy, then it'll work out for you like it did for me. Between me and my dad, it worked out in the end. I was very lucky because I had an English mum, so that was it gave me a bit more leeway. If you've got two Muslim Pakistani parents who are strict or a bit more strict, I'm sure it'll be more difficult. Anyway, I've said my part now. That's my advice. Now over to you, Pops.
Right, okay. The way I see it, Haris Effendi,
Yes.
I see it too many positives there.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Starting with, Alhamdulillah. In Islam, being a pious person from a younger age has a lot more value than when you get to my age and start praying and saying sorry, and you spent all your life doing all sorts of bad things. So if he's telling me that he's been good in his young age, and now he wants to do bits and pieces and things, don't. You have gone through the best part, being a decent person. You need to improve on that decency rather than going into a wrong direction.
Daddy didn't say he wants to go do lines.
No, I'm not saying
he said he wants to do things he hadn't done before.
Because the people can take their own interpretation of, I want to live a high life, I want to do this, and I want to do. There are limitations. Yes, you can do. Yes, you can go. Now, especially when you have had a decent education and you can afford it, you can live a high life of a certain type, because there are so many different types of high life you can live. You understand? So yes, no problem. You can go on holidays. You can go on nice restaurants or eat food and stuff like that. You can buy these nice clothes, because there is no restriction in Islam buying decent clothes and looking good and dressing yourself and spending money on yourself and your family. And so there is nothing wrong with that. Yes, there is a problem when you overspend, when you go. So the Islam, beautiful, beautiful religion, doesn't like two things. One, you being stingy and not spending nothing, and you being too fleshy and spending too much money. Right? According to your need, spending the money is an ibadat.
Yeah.
Haris, I told you that before as well in a conversation, that when you spend money on your children, when you spend money on your family, on your wife, on your brothers, on your sisters, that comes as ibadat. And you will get reward for that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then if you look at your mother with a loving gaze, Allah Almighty give you reward for that, Haris. And you look at a living gaze with your father, that is reward as well. So now you've done the hard work, fine. You felt missed out on certain this, that, and the other, but that is gone now. Fine. Okay, you've done well. Now, the best idea, as Haris said, is to get married as soon as possible. What are you waiting for? I don't know how old he is.
23.
23.
Yeah.
23.
Still young.
Yeah, 23 is young, but in the next couple of days,
I was 21.
Yeah.
And I went straight to Dubai, so it's only a couple of years older than I was.
Your story is different, Haris, because you were going to go, you and Holly was going to Dubai, but you couldn't have done, because you couldn't have stayed together, and I wouldn't have allowed you.
You're not supposed. You're not supposed to be together over there unmarried, but you can sneakily do it if you want.
You can, but it's
better to not do it.
Yeah, you might have fooled the Dubai lot, but you weren't going to fool me and your mother and people like that. So that's why you got married so quickly, and that's because you were going to go live together. And the only way was that you get married.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you get married tomorrow or next week or next month. I mean, to look at a decent spouse and stuff like that takes time and stuff like that. So in the next couple of years, that should be his plan now, to be married. Once you're married, then doing all those things you said, Haris Effendi, with your wife, you go on holiday, you go on...
live it up, Dad. Live it up.
Live it up. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Enjoy your life to the full. Friends, yes, it's a blessing if you can have them, but not everybody does. In life, You can't have everything.
Yeah.
So what you have, be thankful for that. What we don't have, you might have it in future. You might not. I, again, like you, because I mean, there are so many similarities between you and me life. I mean, I also had a number of acquaintances back home. I came here, I had the same thing here. I don't have a single person I call friend a friend,
Same.
right?
Except
But
for my
then there
wife,
are-
obviously.
Huh?
My wife and my best
Yeah,
friend.
but then there are people who are born and brought up in the same street or in the same area or the same cul-de-sac, who grew up together, went to school together, went to college together, know each other out. I don't, because my father was in a government job. My dad, so we moved from city to city. Every 3 years, he would be transferred. So I didn't have that opportunity
Yeah.
to be at one place for more than 3 years. I was born and brought up. I mean, most of my life I spent in Lahore. That's fine, but within that, we lived in Hyderabad. We lived in Multan. We lived in Sahiwal. And then within Lahore, we lived in 3 different places,
Okay.
right? One of them place was opposite, where Zaman Park is. Everybody knows now at the moment. It's very Zaman Park and Canal, and we were on the other side because there was a PWD colony, and my father was.
Is that where the PIA plane was?
No.
Wait, what's that?
That's the last residence where we are now.
Oh, yeah.
But we lived on Nicholson Road in Lahore.
Jack Nicholson Road.
No, just Nicholson Road is called.
Why are they called Nicholson Road?
Because when the Goras were there, they must have given it the name, and it's still called that. Because when they were all British were there. So we lived on Nicholson Road, number 1 Nicholson Road to be exact.
Nice.
It's just outside a place called Kila Gujjar Singh. So the name is the Sikh name
Yeah.
there because the Sikhs, when the Sikhs were there, they must have named the place. And then the Gora named the street Nicholson Road. Then we lived in, third time we lived in this place where we are now on Lake Road. And there is no Lake Road inside, but it's called Lake Road, so that's fine. Next to Madrasatul Binat, and there is a plane, in the university.
There was. I think they moved it now, haven't they?
I think it might still be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone told me it's moved now.
No, in fact, they made it into more into.
Sorry.
Okay, so planetarium or quarritarium, something like that, they've made into even further nicer and stuff like that. Anyway, I haven't been for ages, so I don't know exactly, but I think the plane still might be there. But I knew then, obviously, people from school, and then people from when I lived in Dharampura. There was a very decent friend of mine there. He was very decent. He was a single brother of about 4 or 5 sisters, but his father was very, very strict. So he then became an outlaw.
Did he?
Yeah, he became a badmash in their area. Years later, I found out that he was.
Or the guys that carry guns and stuff on motorbikes.
That's the one. Yeah, no, I mean, I saw him twice after we left there, years later. Once I was on the Mall Road and I was waiting for a bus, and this motorcycle was going very slowly. The motorcycle goes zoom, and it was like, I don't know if it was Kawasaki or some, or I don't know which one it was. And I recognized the guy, so I ran and I caught him. And Harris, he was completely out.
Okay.
And he zoomed out, and I stopped him and I sat him down and took him, and I wouldn't let him go. I said, listen, you're not in condition because what are you doing? You're on the road. You shouldn't be on the road. Then I heard years later that there was some gunfight in that area, and Sarfraz was the guy. Some of his opponents came in this area, and then there was some shootout and stuff like that. I have no idea what happened to him now because years later. But he was my pal when we were young and stuff. Then there was we lived in Sahiwal at one point, and there was a guy called. My father didn't like. My father found his fame very very funny. His name was Uzair.
Okay.
My father, for some reason, used to just pronounce it Ozar. I said, "Well, your friend Ozar is there." Ozar means tools, spanners, and stuff. So they have a few businesses in the city of Sahiwal, main bazaar. I think they had about 4 or 5 different businesses and stuff. He was a very good friend of mine. Then when we were in Lahore, I had about 3 or 4 different friends. We used to, because we became friends because we all used to ride motorbikes. Honda 125 I had in those days, and they had as well. So because we became friends, and we used to go to Gulberg regularly driving and stuff like that. But we all just, and then I've told you a story about one friend from uni who came here and came to my house as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a friend, but he was just my,
Why do you think you didn't keep it like me? I know why I didn't keep any friends, but why didn't you?
My reason was mainly because I wasn't in one place, Harris. That's my.
But after you moved to the UK, you didn't have any friends either then?
In UK,
yeah, Uncle Said, that's it.
Uncle Said, a lot of friends. Uncle Said.
You had Uncle Said.
Right, okay, that is because of my marriage. Because of mixed marriage. I didn't find any mixed marriage families around. So because my brother and my sister-in-law, obviously both Pakistanis, and they have a lot of friends, and they go to other people's houses, they come to their houses, partying and all that carry on. I never had that kind of thing. I still have about 4 or 5 people I met at the Leeds City Council.
Yeah.
So, Uncle, Uncle Shafiq, his son.
Who's this crew? Is this crew you go with to Bradford sometimes for food and stuff?
Yeah, that's these are the 4 or 5 people I go to go for a meal once every couple of months and stuff like that. So yeah, but they have proper friends somewhere else. I'm not a proper friend to them.
You don't need friends anyway. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
that.
No, Harry, no.
You don't need friends.
No.
Because you know what? I realize, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when it gets down to nitty gritty and you need someone, no one's ever there for you. And like that famous picture is when they need you, your phone won't stop ringing. My phone's ringing right now.
Yeah.
But when you need them, they're nowhere to be seen, Dad.
Harris, that is not the rule.
That's my experience.
Yes. But that your experience is not everybody's experience, man.
I know, Dad. Okay. That's why people have got friends. But I'm saying that's why I haven't got. I don't see if anybody hasn't got them. You don't need them. Don't worry about it.
Fine. That's what I'm saying. Either way, it is good.
Yes, fine.
If you have friends, that's a blessing. I told you from the very start.
Good for them, Daddy. Good for them.
There are people who will give you. I've seen back home people who are friends who will give their life for their friend.
Yeah,
because that's how they be
unique.
But that it's not that it's not there. It's there, son. They never mind, because I don't want to talk about some charitable work and stuff like that. We'll come into that. So I
didn't say I didn't want to talk about charitable work.
Charitable.
I didn't say I didn't want to talk about that.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to?
Yeah, because obviously that will spoil my thingy. So I was going to give you an example of friendship and stuff like that, but let's not go there.
Okay.
So going back to this gentleman.
Yeah,
again,
please. Let's get back to the point.
So these few things he was talking about. So yes, I think the whole this thing will be from getting a good job, getting married, having children, and then enjoying the life to the full with that. Yeah. As far as moving to Dubai, yes, I don't know what kind of opportunities are there for
engineers. Those kind of jobs are very good jobs.
But after my visit to Canada and America, if you're really, really into fly high, America will be the my choice to go to.
Really?
Yeah.
For engineer in America?
Because Harris, the amount of money they pay, the opportunities you have to improve yourself. Again, I don't want to name drop and stuff like that, but your cousins who are
Although, have you seen the news recently about America? It's not looking good, bruv.
You are.
It's not looking good, Dad.
Isn't it? Why? What's wrong?
Have you not seen the news?
No. Why? Because of Trump.
Putin.
Putin.
Yeah.
Putin is threatening, and that you're gonna.
You've not seen any of this. Where you been?
But I've been listening to Pakistani news because there's so much going on
flipping
there
hell,
at the moment.
forget Pakistan for a minute.
All right.
Putin,
yeah.
Putin, him and China,
Yeah.
they're best buddies now. Yeah,
Yes.
they're shaking hands and all that.
Yes.
They're saying, "Let's go
I
blast
know
everybody."
that. The
right?
Chinese Xi,
So
they've
Russia
done
and
that.
China now are saying are joined up. And
Yeah, his name is like your friend's name.
who?
Xi went there to China, didn't Xi, president of China.
What's his name?
His full name is Xi Jinping or something like that, but Xi is the.
So China, Russia, and there's going to be Africa and India and a few others making this BRICS thing. You seen this BRICS?
No.
They're going to make their own currency and all this stuff. I don't know. I watched too much into it, but all I'm saying is the UK's bricking it, excuse the pun, and America's bricking it, thinking that they're going to get nuked.
Because, Harris, they did that because Colonel Gaddafi was doing the same thing.
Yeah, but then they killed him off.
That's it.
They can't kill this lot off.
Yeah, you see, this is where you see the life that these will get their, upcoming, whatever they,
Comeuppance, yeah.
Because they could do that to Iraq, they could do that to Libya. But how the hell are you going to do that to China or
And
to Russia
and India?
Well, yeah. But the thing is...
No, don't mention India in this.
Don't mention that. Don't mention that. Anyway, so the thing is, Harris, that even now Pakistan is going to get some oil from Russia, and they're going to not deal with dollars.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's... Dad, I don't know you're not watching... How are you not watching the news, Pops?
I sometimes do, sometimes just switch off, and sometimes I just...
There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes stuff, and I keep seeing little bits, but when you're in it, it's hard for you to know what to do.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, like now, don't keep too much money in the bank.
Right.
Don't keep too much money in the bank.
Yeah.
Pull it out, invest it into, even if you buy watches or whatever, just as long as you got it in assets rather than money in the bank, because the banks are supposed to be. They're going to go. Yeah, they're going to go move to this digital currency, and there's that. There's also the fact that UK is possibly going to get nuked by Russia.
Yeah,
they threatened it recently. We're going to turn you to dust and all this stuff. You don't know what's going to happen. There's all little things happening that everyone's arse are a bit flickering. You know what I mean? Because everyone knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, but the thing is, the banks and building societies, they give you guarantee up to £80,000 or 85,000.
Not if we're underwater, Dad.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Not if the bank's underwater, they're gonna. You still guarantee that money back, Mr. Effendi. We are 6 feet under.
It would be a good idea to draw money out and 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 pound and having in the house, and then people, and then what will happen then?
No.
At least you lose the money if it's in the bank.
Yeah.
But if you have it in the house, somebody's come with a gun in your house.
No.
Yeah.
If you pull out money and invest it in something like you've got.
Yeah, but you invest gold you have at home. Where are you gonna have the watch? Where are you gonna have the gold? You can buy gold coins. You can buy good, decent, expensive watches or pictures and ornaments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But where are you gonna keep them?
True say.
Yeah. My bloody shed is broken every month. Once a month, this guy bloody comes over the wall and he opens the door, fling it open, and looks in there, and he can't find anything. He goes home. He doesn't have the bastard decency to even close the door. Come on, man. You don't want anything, just close it. So it's
anyway.
Yeah.
Let's. What's your final thing to
my
the
final thing
young
is
lad?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, look at the opportunities. Every time you do something, you have to plan properly, and you have to look at the pros and cons of everything. Okay, fine. You want to move to Dubai? Fine. But think, what would you gain going to Dubai, and what would you lose? You gained a lot of opportunities over there when you went down there. You lived a very high life and stuff. But you lost the contact with your parents.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And that brought you back at the end of the day.
And that's not worth it. Guys, that's not worth it. Trust me.
So, but if he can be fine, and if he's married and he has children and he thinks that he can travel back and forth, or you can bring your parents over, by all means go. But also you got to think that and what you have, what kind of package you have when you move there is enough for you.
Yeah.
That's another bit.
It's a very
big deal,
expensive
though,
place. It's getting more and more
absolutely.
expensive to live there.
Absolutely. Because the thing is, going on holiday and spending a few £1,000s and coming back is different. And then living there, some
Killer.
people love it, other people, and the laws of that place is not that brilliant either,
Nope.
my friend. It's a Middle Eastern country, and they don't take no stupidity from anybody. You understand? So in some countries you can go to and you say, I'm a British passport holder, then they will might be reluctant to do you too much harm.
Yeah, over there, they wipe their ass
but-
with it.
Yeah, it doesn't
Hand it back
matter.
to you.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, no worries about it. So there are very people who. So yeah, I mean, if you're a decent person, you're a law-abiding citizen, and you can, that's absolutely fine. But if you go off the line or something, so be ready for consequences. Then if they put you in a cell, they forget about you, even for a very very minor thing. They can put you in a cellar
Yeah.
for about 7-8 days
Easy.
without questioning who the frig are you or asking your name or anything like that. I've seen people who has gone missing for about 3 months or 4 months, and nobody could find them where the hell they are. Anyway, so that's just the precautionary measures. Again, for the religious part of things as well, very good place to go to, because obviously you can bring up your children, your family.
It's very safe. It's Islamic. It's very luxurious. Very.
But
They've built it purposely. Built it like a paradise on earth. That's what they built it like.
And on the other hand, if you explore Canada or America,
I've never been to those places. You could talk about that.
The lifestyle is different, son, over there.
You seem to love it. You might end up over there. You like it over there.
I wish I would have. I wish I would have gone to Dubai at one point. There was a chance of me leaving here, UK, and going. When I had a letter sent to me to either get a full year's, pay the full year's fees and other full year's fees to the university, or leave the country. There was a chance that my sister said, come to Dubai and stay here, and we're going to get you a really nice job and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have been born, so, it's a bit harsh, Dad.
Well, may have been born in a different shape or something, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, nice dig there, lad. Nice one, yeah? Little skinny boy instead.
No, I mean, some part of you would have been there, but anyway. So,
that's it, Dad. You said
in
enough.
America, yeah. So I mean that's it. That's all the advice. The thing is that giving somebody advice on a general little bit of information is very very difficult, because I don't know full of his family background, how many people in his family, what kind of, so that's very difficult. But these are very general and basic.
So all you can do is give what information you've given. You've given a good.
Yeah. But the thing is, going back to a little bit back. Tracking the whole thing is that you got to give a pat on your back to start with.
Yeah, for sure.
That you've done very good up to now.
Yeah.
You educated yourself very well.
To be graduated in engineering at 23 is very good. Yeah.
And also that you have a very clean. I don't know if it's 100% clean, but
it is.
70, 80, 90% clean, very clean life, which is very, very good. You listen to your parents. You've been obedient to your parents, which is very, very good and very, very important thing to do. Now you're a grown-up man, and you got your job and stuff like that. Now is the time to negotiate with your parents.
Yeah.
Right? You have listened to your parents, but now is the time for your parents to
listen
show
to you.
Some flexibility. Not listen to you entirely, completely, but there are time to negotiate. This is the time to negotiate. You can't negotiate when you're a student and living on your parents. They're giving you the food, shelter, everything, and you standing and going, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
They'll slap you and say, sit down over there, But now, this is the time to negotiate. Look, I've done this, that, you asked me to do this, you asked me to do that, I've done this.
Yeah.
Now, this is my rule, wishes, this is what I want to do. This, how far you can come to agree with me. They might say, okay, we agree with one or two things, but we don't know the others. Fine. Let's get that under the belt, and then maybe negotiate for further. A little time later, you negotiate, like you have done all your life with me. This and that, and then And then
It's worked out, Dad.
Yeah, the
Eh?
full elephant is in the tent now.
Another little dig there, Dad, yeah?
No,
Go on.
because that's not dig at you. But they say that if you let that elephant
It's actually Kandora, Dad, but thank you very much anyway.
No, that was completely different. It's nothing to do with that. Anyway, so yes, so good luck with everything. Let us know.
Good luck, brother.
If you feel like when you have done any of these things, which you're trying to do.
Don't forget me, my dad, when you smash it in life, yeah?
Yeah, invite us to Dubai or America or wherever you are.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
come and see you. So yes, thank you very much, Haris Effendi.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you for the inputs.
And
What time's was today?
there is nothing. Are we going to leave at about 1?
Okay, so wrap it up then.
Yeah. So the thing is that you don't have to. Again, there should be some kind of note at the bottom of this thing as well. You don't have to take any of the advice.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Obviously, Dad.
It's not binding in any shape or form or whatever.
Yeah, I'd put
It's just
a banner on you.
Yeah.
They take it or leave it. This is just our 2 pence. That's it.
So
That's all this podcast is about. And so far,
Yeah.
whoever watched the podcast leaves only positive feedback. This is the first thing I've ever done
Yeah.
where I've had no negative feedback, which is
Alhamdulillah.
crazy. So thank you very much, everybody, for that, for watching. Please give it a share. Let other people see it as well. You never know where this could go, Dad, huh?
Yeah.
It keeps blowing up.
And it's good that if we have something to talk about,
Yeah. I mean, we can still talk even without stuff, but
we can make
it's
up
better
stuff,
if
don't
people
worry
it's better if
about
people email in their thoughts, their issues, their whatever they're going through. Just something for us to chew on. You know what I mean?
it. Yeah.
Excuse the pun. That's the frilla. Ramadan. Love you, Dad. Appreciate you.
Love you,
Thank you very much. So, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Let us know what you want us to talk about in future. Send us an email. The email address is on screen right now and also below. Email in. You'll always be kept anonymous, so I don't care even if it's some deep, dark, dirty secrets of yours you want us to talk about, you'll never ever get exposed or anything. I promise. You can be safe knowing that. If you want, set up a dodgy email address and send it from a dodgy email address, then you're even more safe. Anyway, to be honest, the more dirty, deep, and dark it is, the more we're going to be able to talk about it and get juicy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, I'm waiting for the one that comes in saying about something about marriage, something, found my husband cheating on me, what do I do? That kind of thing. That's going to be drama. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, like I said, guys. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time it comes out. Also, please, if you wouldn't mind giving it a share, everyone's got social media these days. Give it a little share or make a little video or screenshot that you're watching it and tag me on Instagram, and I'll share it on my Instagram as well. And I'll, I appreciate that very much. And yeah, see you guys same time, same place next week. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Yeah.
Safe.